Hey, this is Toby, welcome back to another video. So in this video we continue to code our StreakEA. We will also do some backtesting in the end of the video, so let's go. Okay, so this is the third part of our StreakEA coding series here on the channel. I will link the first and second part up here. I use Visual Studio Code to create this EA. If you want to know how to use the Visual Studio Code editor to write MQL5 language, I also made a video about this. I will link it up here. And I have a programming course on MQL5 on my website. If you are interested, I will put the link in the description below. Okay, so this is where we left off in the previous video here. The next step is to create a position, to open a buy position and a sell position instead of this comment here. For this, first of all, I want to create another custom function in our custom section here, maybe after all the way in the end after our check bars function here. So this is again of type Boolean and it's called normalize price. And for the parameters, we have one double parameter. We pass this parameter by reference. Let's just call it price here. Open the body and we return true in the end. So now we should be able to compile. So I compile here, make sure that you don't have any mistakes. And the first step inside this function is to get the tick size of the symbol. So we create a variable of type double. Let's call this tick size. And maybe we initialize this with 0. And now we use the symbol info double function. In a if statement, we add a exclamation mark, very important. And now symbol info double. Here we need to specify the name of the symbol. So we can use underscore symbol here. The property ID, symbol, trade, I think it's tick size. And we want to get the value into our tick size variable here, like this. If this fails, we want to print a message for the user. Maybe just failed to get tick size. And we also want to return false for this function, like this. Okay, now if we have the tick size in our tick size variable here, we can now normalize the price. So price equals, now we use the normalize double function. This is a predefined function from MetaTrader or meta quotes. So here we also need to give a value, and this is now our price divided by the tick size and multiplied by the tick size this. And we also want to normalize this to the number of digits for our symbol, so underscore digits, like this. And we also need to add a bracket here. Okay, so price divided by the tick size we got here from our symbol, multiplied by the tick size, and then here we specify the number of digits. And this basically normalizes this price parameter here. And then we just return true. And that's all we need to write here in this normalize price function. Let's hit compile. Make sure that we don't have any mistakes. And now we can use this in our onTick function. Okay, so let's scroll up to our onTick function. Here we already have the if statement to check if we want to open a buy position. And instead of the comment here, we now open the position. So I will delete this. I will add a comment here, because first of all, we want to calculate the stop loss and take profit for this position. So calculate stop loss and take profit. And we declare a new variable of type double for the stop loss. And we set this depending on our input stop loss. Because if the input is 0, we don't want a stop loss. So we just check this here and set this to 0. And else we set the stop loss to our input, to the current bid price. So tick.bid. This is the current bid price of the symbol. And we subtract our input stop loss multiplied by the point value. Point, like this. So if the input is 0, we set the variable here to 0, and else we set it to the bid price minus the input stop loss multiplied by the point value. Okay, we do the same for the take profit. I'll just copy and paste this, change this to take profit. Of course, now we use our input take profit here, and we add the take profit, very important. So change this to a plus sign, and here the input take profit multiplied by points. Okay, let's hit compile. Make sure we don't have any mistakes here. And now we can use the normalize price function to normalize the stop loss and take profit. So we can do this in a if statement with a exclamation mark normalize price. And here we just use our stop loss. If this returns false, we just return for the onTick function. And we do the same for the take profit. Like this. And now we can use the stop loss and take profit, and we can open the position. So I will, maybe we add a comment here. Normalize price. And here, open by position. And now we can use our trade object from the C trade class. So trade dot, and now I think it's open position or position open. And here we need to specify the symbol, so underscore symbol for the current symbol. The order type by. Order type by, like this. And the volume is our input lot size. The price. Now we open a buy position always at the ask price, and a buy position is closed at the bid price. So that's why we use the bid price here for the stop loss and take profit, because this is when we close the position, but we open the position at the current ask price. So tick.ask. Now our stop loss, our take profit value, and we can add a comment. Maybe we just write StreakEA. Add a semicolon like this, and this should open a buy position. Okay, so let's hit compile here. I will compile using the script. So this also reloads the EA in the strategy tester. You can also click here to compile with a script in the Visual Studio Code editor. So let's switch to MetaTrader 5 platform. Select the EA in the strategy tester, $, 5 minutes, open price only. That's fine. Check the visual mode. For the inputs, we want to open a buy position maybe if we have 5 green bars in a row. 200 point stop loss, 500 point take profit. So let's just start this and see if our EA already opens positions. So 5 green bars. We open a position here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And at the open of the next bar, we open a buy position. But we can see we now open multiple buy positions. So we need to check the code again. But we do open the buy positions with a stop loss of 200 points, take profit of 500 points, so that's fine. But let's check why we open multiple positions in our code. So we have our count buy has to be 0 here. So maybe there's something wrong with our count positions function. So let's check this here, but this looks fine. I think we forgot to set the magic number to our trade object. So we should do this on init. Here. After we check for the inputs, we can write a comment in the on init, set magic number to trade object. And here we can just type trade dot set expert magic number. And here our input magic number like this. Add a semicolon. Let's compile again and let's run the test again, because we should only open one position at a time. Okay, I will start the test again. Let's see. Okay, now we have only one position here. Yeah, of course, we only close the position now with the stop loss or take profit. But it looks like our code is working. And now we can also do the same for the sell positions. So here in the on tick, we can now just copy this entire statement here for the buy positions. And I will paste it here. And I will change the comment check for new sell position. Of course, we need to change now this counter buy to counter sell. Check bar, this has to be false. And calculate stop loss take profit. Yeah, now we use the ask price here. And we add the stop loss to the ask price. And also here the ask price. And we subtract the take profit from the ask price. We normalize stop loss and take profit. And we open a position, order type sell, and we open the sell position at the bid price, and the rest is okay. And let's compile and let's run another test and check the sell positions. So here, just click start. We have a buy position here. We already have a sell position here because there are 5 red bars in a row. We open the sell position at the next open tick. Let's check the stop loss here, 200 point, and the take profit should be down here, 500 points. Yeah, so now we open buy and sell positions when we have 5 bars of the same color in a row. Yeah. Next step is to add the close logic. So we close the trade at a specific time. We already have the input for this here, time exit hour. So for this, we want to write another custom function to close the positions, and that's the next step. Okay, so let's write the custom function to close buy or sell positions. Let's go all the way down. And for this, we can copy this count positions function here because it's pretty similar. So I will just copy the entire function here and paste it here in the end. I will change the comment, close positions, and the name, close positions. And for the parameters, we just want one parameter of type Boolean, so we can specify if we want to close the buy positions or the sell positions. So I will just type buy underscore sell, and if this parameter is true, we want to close all the buy positions. If this parameter is false, we want to close all the sell positions. Okay, here we can delete these 2 lines here. We get the total number of open positions. We loop down, we select the position, we check the magic number of the position, and here we need to add our parameter now. So buy underscore sell is true, and the position is sell position. So let's change this to sell here. In this case, we want to continue with the next position like this. And if the buy sell parameter here is false, so I add an exclamation mark here, and the position is a buy position, like this. We also want to continue. Okay, and if we made it past these if statements here, we know, okay, it is a buy position and our parameter here is true, so we can close the position. So we will use the trade object dot position close, and here we just need to specify the ticket. So the ticket of the position is our position object and dot ticket, empty brackets, add a semicolon, and this should close the position. Okay, so let's hit compile. Make sure we don't have any mistakes here. And now we can use this to close the positions in our onTick function. Okay, so let's scroll up to the onTick function. And this is basically the last step. So here in our onTick function, after we check if we want to open a buy and a sell position, we add another comment here. Check for time exit maybe, and first of all we want to declare a variable of MQL date time called date time, and we get the current time here into our date time variable like this, and now we can use a if statement to check the time. So if datetime dot hour is equal to our input time exit hour here, and maybe we also want to check the minutes, so datetime dot minutes has to be 0, so we only close the positions at the first minute of each hour. Of course you can also write here maybe less than 3, because yeah, if there is, for example, the first minute of a new hour missing, then you would not close the positions. So with this, you have at least 3 minutes to close the positions. Yeah, let's leave it like this. And inside the body of the if statement, we now close the positions with our close positions function. Yeah, we want to close all the positions. So true. And also false. Of course, in this case here, we don't really need this parameter. We could just close all the positions, but yeah, you have the option to only close buy positions or sell positions with this parameter buy sell here. Okay, now before we hit compile, I want to check something, because we have our input here, the size filter in points, and I just want to make sure that we also multiply this with points. So I go to the check bar function here. Here we have the size filter. We get the difference between open and close. Yeah, and here we need to multiply this by points. So here in this if statement, we just write multiply by underscore point, and also the second if statement here. So that's very important, because our size filter input is in points. So we want to make sure we multiply by points here. And yeah, I think that's it now for this EA. I will just go through the code here before we compile, or let's compile here to make sure we have no mistake. Okay, so here we have our inputs, our global variables, our onInit function, our onTick function. We check for a new bar, we get a symbol tick, we count the open positions, and then we check for buy and sell trades, and we close the positions here. Here we check the inputs, and these are the custom functions. Okay, so now we can go to the MetaTrader 5 platform and we can do some backtesting. Okay, so here we are in the strategy tester, and if you remember from the first part, the original idea is here from this backtest. So let's try to replicate this equity graph here with our EA. So 5 minutes, US dollar, Japanese yen, starting in 2012 to today, open price only mode. For the inputs, time frame 5 minutes, 3 for the candle streak, size filter 70 points, 900 point stop loss, and 1200 point take profit, and we close the trade here in the evening. Okay, so let's hit start and let's take a look at the equity graph. Okay, so this is the equity graph. We can see this first part here is the initial backtest here. Then we got a big drawdown, but the strategy picked up again and made new equity highs with out of sample data. But the drawdown here is, of course, I would say too big to trade this in a live market. But it's always good practice or advice to keep your old backtests and review your strategies again a few years later to see how they performed with new data. But there's another backtest I want to show you with this EA. And this is the backtest from the beginning of the first part. So for this, we are still in the US dollar Japanese symbol, 5-minute time frame, same period, open price only. And for the inputs, we have 4-hour time frame here, 7 for the candle streak, 20 points for the filter, 1200 points for the stop loss, and 300 points for the take profit. And we also close the trades in the evening. So let's run this test. Take a look at the equity graph here. Yeah, this looks much better. And also the last part here is out of sample. So go ahead, test different symbols, test different inputs. Also feel free to modify the EA. These videos are intended so you learn MQL5 and you create your own EAs. I think that's the best way in the end if you want to be a successful algorithmic trader. Okay, if you are interested in learning MQL5, I have a course on MQL5 on my website with a lot of topics here to learn the basics to your first indicators and EAs. Also, I have a Discord server. All the links are below the video. And if this video was helpful, would be nice if you just leave a like. If you have a question, just write a comment about this EA, about algorithmic trading in general. And yeah, I see you in the next video. I hope you have a great week. All the best with your trading. Bye bye.